Welcome to Driving with Christian. I am Christian Evans. In today's video, I will be asking you, where did the love go? Stay tuned so you'll know what I'm talking about. Thank you for clicking on today's video. If you haven't done it already, please subscribe to my blog, drivingwithchristian.com, as well as this YouTube channel. And when you subscribe to this YouTube channel, make sure you click the bell in the bottom right-hand corner. That way you will be notified every time I upload a new video. Sorry for the shakiness in this video, but I'm kind of under time constraint, right now. And I just wanted to talk to you about some things that have been on my mind, and hopefully you as a driver, no matter what platform you're on, whether you're on Lyft or Uber or whatever you're doing, maybe you can relate, or maybe this is just me and my own isolated moment in life. When I first started driving for Uber, because that's just who I drive for, everything was great. I just want to go ahead and say off the top right now, everything still is great. It was a means to an end for me to get out of the situation that I was in, and being that it was a new platform for me, something that I have never heard of, and the money was easy to get. Just pick people up, drop them off, blah blah blah. That's just pretty much it. And that's honestly, what it still is. Essentially, I was able to get out of that, work environment that I was in and, transfer over. Now, for those who don't know, I had been a cook for about 6 years, and I started driving, Uber, once I was done with that job. So I was full-time, working 40 hours a week, getting up, clocking in 5 o'clock in the morning, getting off at 2, going to work out. Then by the time I'm done my workout, from maybe about 3 to 6 or 3 to 5 or whatever, then it's time to Uber from probably about maybe 7 to about 11 p.m. or what may have you. And I started making money, and I'm like, okay, cool, I can see myself doing this. And I was transferring myself over to be become a personal trainer. And a door opened for me to where I was able to train in a gym and get hired in the gym, which I'm still thankful for this very day. And those are my two main sources of income, as far as personal training and Uber. And just maybe lately, maybe probably about the past 3 or 4 months, I had to start questioning myself. I'm like, okay, so where did the love go? Where did the love for for Uber or rideshare go? And I don't think it's so much Uber, the company, as it is to my personal life of, okay, you used Uber as far as for what it was used for, kind of help you get over a hump, or help you transition, like a bridge, you know what I mean? Like a bridge to, get to where you need to go. And maybe I'm at a point to where I'm like, I am where I want to be, and maybe I need to dedicate more time to, personal training, clients, getting clients, blah, blah, blah. And so I'm kind of at this point to where it's just like, beginning of the day, I have clients, what may have you, and then I may have a break between mid-afternoon or what may have you. Then I have to go back to the gym later on that evening until maybe about like 7, 8 o'clock. So from there I'm like, okay, when I'm off work, I'm like, okay, do I Uber or what? Because a lot of times I'm drained, because maybe I talk more about it, on my other channel, but I just tell you this right now, when you're helping people, they can take your energy, and it's fine. I'm not saying it in a negative way, but it's all about energy, and you're giving your energy to somebody else to ramp them up, to amp them up, or what may have you. And then it's like, okay, now I have to turn around in Uber. And we all know how, Uber can get, you know, at times of like, okay, do I get a ride? Do I sit here, you know, for 5 minutes or 10 minutes? Or it may have you. I mean, you just never know. Some nights it's just busy, and that's cool, you know. And then, you know, you may look up, you know, after 3 or 4 hours online, and you know, you may have $45, $50, $60, whatever. You know what I mean? Like, you know, it all depends on how you drive, how many rides you accept, you know, where you're willing to go to pick up. You know, we all know that. And so with that being said, you know, maybe the back and forth is causing me to, you know, kind of reevaluate things in my life. Like, okay, where do I want to put, you know, more time to? Because I think I've gotten so addicted to Uber and the quick money. You know, we all know how addictive that instant pay can be. You know, you make some money, boom. You know, I got it right in my account. I don't have to wait on the paycheck from anybody or, you know, anything. It's, you know, it's right in my account right then and there, right? And that is the addictive part about Uber. That is the fun part about Uber. You know, the instant pay. You know, nobody can beat that. You know, unless, you know, you have instant pay in your ride share service, or, you know, platform that, you know, you're driving in. You know what I mean? So, and I have to, you know, answer the question to myself: is this what I want to continue to do? And, you know, the answer is no. You know, me personally, I don't want to, you know, drive ride share for the next, you know, year or 2 years. You know, my goal is to, you know, become the best, you know, personal trainer I possibly can be, and create a full-time income off of that and everything that spins off of that. And Uber has actually helped me do that, because without that, I wouldn't have had, you know, that bridge from this job to that job. And even if my money isn't right, you know, with, you know, my personal training or whatever, I'm still able to make that money up in Uber. But it does come a time to, and I'm speaking to all of my rideshare drivers who are using rideshare just, you know, for that purpose. Sorry about that. Windshield wipers on because it's raining. I'm talking to all my rideshare drivers who are using, you know, these platforms, whether it be Uber or Lyft, you know, just to get by until what project they're doing or entrepreneurship they're doing takes off. I know there are a lot of full-time drivers out there, and I salute you for that. I just don't put that much time into something else, you know, like that. You know, there has been times where I've done, you know, 30, 40 hours a week, you know, on Uber. And, you know, that's maybe small change for somebody else, you know, but, you know, that's me and that's my life, and that's the joy in Uber driving, because you pick your own hours. You use it for you. So these are the people who I'm talking to. You know, the people who are just saying, hey, I got a full-time job, I'm still Ubering, you know, on the side or whatever. Or, you know, I'm an entrepreneur, you know, I've got, you know, all these things going on, I still need this money over here, right? As far as for, you know, Uber or Lyft or what may have you, you know, until, you know, my main gig, what I really want to do, takes off. And I'm right at that cusp to where, you know, everything in personal training is taking off, you know, right now. I'm getting booked first thing in the morning, and, you know, I'm booked throughout the evening, and I'm like, you know, in my head, I'm like, man, it's 4 o'clock, it's 5 o'clock. You know, I'm missing the evening rush. You know, it could be surgeon, it could be this or that or the third, or just a way to kind of, you know, get out and just break up everything. And I'm at a point to where I had to sit down and say, this is what you wanted, right? So here it is. So what are you going to do? And I'm just kind of like at that point, you know what I'm saying? And I had to sit down with myself. I'm like, okay, like, why don't I want to Uber anymore? And I'm not saying that, like, I don't want to Uber, but, you know, there are times to where it's like, you know, Fridays and Saturdays, I'm like, just, you know, whatever, you know, I'm not going out. You know, I try to Uber where I can, you know, mid-afternoon, you know, what may have you. And I have to, like, ask myself, okay, what is it? And I think what it is, I'm just at this point to where what I really want to do is taking off, but yet I'm still holding on to rideshare, because yes, it does, you know, still pay bills. You know, it does still provide some grocery money. I'm like, all right, I need about $30, $40 to go to the grocery store because, you know, I need to meal prep, or I need certain things or whatever. man, let me spend about 3-4 hours online. Boom, I got it. I'm offline. I paid for what I need to pay for. Boom. You know, maybe because I'm more just goal orientated. You know, I'm like, okay, this is what I need. This is what I need to do to get it. I got it. Boom. You know, and that's it. Once again, you know, I'm drive for me. And I'm sorry this video is taking long. It's just, you know, some things I have to get off my chest, and hopefully you all can, you know, relate to that too. So I have to ask myself, I'm like, all right, you know, this is where I'm at right now. So, you know, I don't want anybody to get, you know, anything misconstrued. I was like, oh, he doesn't, you know, love rideshare. And I don't think anybody should be judged if they do or they don't. You know, and you kind of get tired of, especially here, because, you know, I'm in front of a camera, you know, majority of the time. You know, you are susceptible to, you know, comments and people's opinions, but, you know, you drive for you, you know, I drive for me, and that's it. You know, it's a means to an end for me. And, you know, having to give out all these disclaimers before you say something in this politically correct world, you know, people are sensitive. You know, some of the driver community has been the most sensitive people that I've ever encountered on the internet ever. I thought the fitness community was sensitive. The rideshare community is very sensitive to everything, and I really don't get it. Maybe everybody thinks they knows everything, but anytime you ask these people, have you actually gone to Uber's headquarters and had a meeting to sit down and actually know how the system actually works, from like a 5-point step of how things, you know, work? And if they can't answer that, then it's all speculation, and that's fine. Just don't discredit somebody for asking a question or coming up with a theory based off of their experience about what they've gone through. You know what I'm saying? So I think I'm ranting right now. I just had a lot to get off my chest, but, you know, I'm just at that point, and I think it's good. And I want you all who are, you know, again, you know, entrepreneurs or, you know, side hustlers, like, you know, this is a side hustle for you. You know, I want you to get to a point to where whatever you're working on actually takes off, to where you don't feel like you have to put your car on the road and you being subjective to, you know, people, you know, like that, you know, in your car. You know, just the other day, I just saw the, you know, the post to where, you know, the Uber, you know, driver was defending himself because the guy gets out of his car and he's like, hey, you know, I got a gun, you know, blah, blah, blah. And, you know, and boom, you know, he gets shot. You know, we are put in those situations to where we have to think about our lives in that situation. So I really hope the best for you. For you side hustlers, you know, this is your rideshare, is your side hustle, and whatever you're doing, whether you're acting or where you're building your own business or what may have you, I really want you to get to this point to where you have to question whether you want to do this anymore or not, because, like I said, this money is addictive. But at the same time, if what you love is taking off and you're right at that point, you're going to come to a point to where's my energy allocated? Where's my time going? You know what I mean? And, you know, I just wanted to share that with you about what I'm personally going through. That's why, you know, I haven't, you know, uploaded a video, you know, in a while. And, you know, I'm kind of, you know, inconsistent with it, because I'm just like, okay, where's the time to record? Where's the time to edit? You know, where's the time to post, blah, 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 because it does take time. You know, it's just not, as far as for me, you know, I just don't shoot a video and then just upload it. You know, I actually want to edit. I want to actually present a quality, you know, viewing experience for you. You know, and this video was kind of shaky at the beginning. I apologize. And again, that's, again, part of editing and time. And I just want to make sure, you know, I give you all, you know, the best possible, you know, product I possibly can. So sorry that this took so long. I just had a lot to get off my chest. You know, make sure you go out and have fun, get your money. Shout out to Uber Driver 101. You know, he always says, you know, don't take no crap for no passengers. Don't take no crap for no passengers. You know, shout out to all the rideshare drivers who are making, you know, videos, the entrepreneur. Yeah, I just want to hit on that. You know, he made a very great point when I was being interviewed for his podcast a few weeks ago. He said, what would be your breaking point, you know, as far as to stop driving? And at the time, I didn't know. And I think I'm kind of like at that point right now. And to answer you, brother, it is, you know, my other ventures are taking off right now, and this is a good moment. And so, you know, shout out to, you know, the Simple Driver, because, you know, he inspired me to actually create a YouTube channel, create, you know, a website and everything like that. And, you know, all the rideshare drivers that are on YouTube who, you know, I watch, who, you know, I get tips from, Terry Tips, Geo, Rideshare Revolution, Drive Girl Drive, who else? Like I said, The Entrepreneur, Uber Driver 101, and it's a lot of others that I just can't really name right off the top of my head, you know, right now. So sorry this took so long. I got a client right now, so peace out.